Hey Leah, I'm trying a new machine here on my iPad. You can see I have your paper in front of you, and I've read through it, and unsurprisingly, it's really quite good. I think your overall command of this passage from Hazlitt is really impressive, and your introductory paragraph here is great. I was a little concerned that you might end with a laundry list of rhetorical strategies, because you say, it's a narrative of contradictory phrases, but you broaden that, right? You talk about the wry, despondent tone. That, to me, right there, that might be the most apt and telling depiction of this passage throughout. And it's great, get to the tone right on. It appeals to the reader's emotions. But you stick to purpose, right? Here, I think if the first paragraph is to be about purpose, which I think it is, you say, the money's power to decide happiness, success, and relationships. So brava to you. And throughout the second half of your first page, you're general in scope, but not inappropriately so. And you get to Hazlitt's words. So all really good. I think, by the end of the first page, I'm thinking, we need to get down to cases here, right? The general sense of Hazlitt is quite good, but what specifically does Hazlitt do with his rhetoric to achieve his point? And here on the second page, you're going to get to cases down here. I think here this isn't the strongest paragraph, because I think you oversimplify what he's doing. You say there are two possible paths to take, and you talk about one of them being when you are poor. And I think poverty really has nothing to do with the mission of this passage, right? Hazlitt is talking about being moneyed and affluent and having the trappings of that affluence or not, right? But he's not among the rabble that he cites as not wanting to jostle with, right? So this to me is a little bit off, but quickly we're going to get down here lower, where you use the actual case of the landlady, having to marry your landlady, as being kind of a low moment emotionally. Small matter here. I went to red ink here and here. I think you could shorten this passage and not go from this pronoun one to quoting his pronouns of you and you. So you can shorten that, and if you need to, bracket in the pronoun marry one's landlady, or not the person one would wish. Anyway, it's an off moment, a clinky moment in what otherwise is really a gracefully wrought essay. And let me just conclude by saying this is really good. I'm going to give I give it an 8 on the 9-point scale, but it's definitely not a 9. And what prevents it from being a 9 is your lack of follow through. Okay, I just lost a bunch of stuff, but you can see I've written all over this. Let me try to recapture this. Page 2, you do get to cases, right? Very soon we're going to get to, let me go for a different color. We're going to get to, you're talking about the landlady, right? Which is good. Good use of a specific moment in the text. And then you bring the train into the station. I would say I wasn't bowled over by this section here. I think you oversimplify him a little bit. You talk about poverty, which, and a couple of paths being sort of poverty or not poverty. And I think with Hazlitt, really we're talking about affluence and access to the royal court and carriages and earning money from an income that you've inherited, rather than poverty, right? Poverty is beside the point. We only see poverty in his mentioning, for example, of the rabble. Another small point down here in your second to last paragraph, when you quote as you should, you don't change this you pronoun, right? You start with one, and then you shift it to you, and you can replace the you with one, put it in brackets, or shorten up the quotation. Anyway, I think technically, in usage, that's your only gaffe of the entire essay. A larger point, and what prevents this essay from being a 9, so I'm going to give you an 8. What prevents it from being a 9 is the fact that you never get to the point you announce in your introduction, that this is ultimately a wry take on lacking money, right? There's humor, there's, it is despondent humor, but there's humor that you never deliver on. Even this thing with the landlady, I think we're supposed to laugh at it, and you maybe treat it with more gravity than is its due. Anyway, really good writing. I hope this comes through. I'm trying to figure out how to give better feedback on writing. So I hope this does find you.